you have yet to find the right gateway to move forward through. But that's, Wheel of Fortune here with the Queen of Cups. That's because you may have seen the responsibility to take, but you haven't quite seen the way how to take it. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Welcome back if you're a subscriber, and if you're new here, hi, nice to meet you. This is a general reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, filmed for July 2020, relevant for whenever you find it, whenever it's good for it. Relevant if it's relevant, because the reading either is for you or it isn't. There's a past and a present in this spread. So if the past and the present don't fit, don't try and make it fit. Go and have a look at your sun. Theoretically, this is your sun. Go and look at your moon or your rising sign. Especially always look at your rising sign. You know, when you find a reader that you resonate with, check out your rising sign as well. In ancient astrology, it was the most important. So, being a general reading, general reading rules apply. So timing is not absolute. Roles can be reversed if somebody else turns up in your reading, although my readings tend to be quite personal, so someone else may turn up, but bear in mind that the cards don't come with name tags, so I could think I'm talking about them and I'm talking about you, and vice versa. As I was saying about the rising sign, if you don't know what your rising sign is, there's a link in the description down below to get yourself a free birth chart. Well worth spending 10 minutes doing that and have a read through it. There's also a link for the Facebook page for this channel. That's got an inbox, so you can message me directly if you're wanting a personal reading, or if you just want to chat. You know, this feedback is always welcome. So please do comment down below anything that you want to say publicly. If you want to say something privately, then the Facebook page is the way to go. I think that's all of my waffle. I'm getting quicker and quicker at this. So what I'd like you to do is ask a question prior to this reading, because hopefully it will make more sense for you. So take a moment, think about all of the questions that are around you at the moment, and focus on one of them. Isolate one of them, focus on it. But be aware of all of them, because the cards will answer what they want, and not necessarily what you and I think are the highest priority questions. But the focus adds energy to the process, which if I don't give it you back in the reading, the universe will find some way of giving it back to you. So you'll get your answer one way or another. That really is the end of my waffle now. So pick your question and I'll bring up the cards. Let's change cameras. So Leo, the way I see that you're feeling at the moment, you're feeling quite protective. There's a lot of Capricorn energy here with the Devil card, which obviously I will clarify, because I always do. But we have the Four of Pentacles for how you're feeling. It's almost like you're hanging on to something that's really, really old. But I don't really understand why you are wanting to hang on to it when you're in a good position right now. We have the Empress as your main energy for the reading. So you're in a time of abundance, a time of fertility, of creativity. But what is driving this is the sense of it's time to give up a dream. It's time to say no to something. And you can't have your cake and eat it. So I've just got to clarify the Devil for how you're feeling. So we've got Four of Pentacles. You like this? You know, you're hugging something. You're hugging something old to you, and you're hugging something old to you because you've been hurt by something. And it's like you really, really don't want to let go. But whatever it is, whatever it is that you are not letting go of, it's a trick. You know, it might just be a trick that you're playing on yourself, but nonetheless, it's a trick. This crying fox is delivering the news here, Three of Scrolls, which is telling me that foxes are tricksters. They are bringing, it's almost like this pain has been brought to your attention, for you to get rid and deal with it once and for all. You know, stop letting it change your actions, because you have got a driving force forward where you are aware you can build your own sense of wish fulfillment. 9 of Cups here with Foras, who helps one to be intelligent and long-lived, and also helps you be invisible. But you're a Leo. The chances of you wanting to be invisible are slim. Can recover lost items and find treasures. I don't think the treasure is where you expect it to be. I think with the guardian angel of creativity here presiding over all of the reading, that you have to recreate that treasure. You have to make something to make that treasure come back into existence. We have from the Oracle of Heaven and Hell, Mehiel, with restoration of life. And yeah, I'm not going to try saying that. AILL with mental force. I'm going to have to look up the pronunciation of this one. It stumbles me every time. But what is interesting, right in the middle, we have Damabia, which is the fountain, who represents, these are astrological representations, fountain of wisdom. Now, when I first saw that, for some reason, I had to take a double take because I thought it said Damballa, who, the serpent god. And I was immediately thought of the serpent wisdom, the all-encompassing sense of wisdom that can knock you off your feet, to be quite honest, whether you are looking at, you know, Kundalini rising experiences, which apparently can knock you off your feet. Well, yeah, no, they can knock you off your feet. To a sudden understanding that makes you go, oh my God, everything that I knew was wrong, sort of thing. Because even when you was right, you were right for the wrong reasons, sort of thing. You know, or there's that sense of, now I understand why I always felt that way about that thing. That's all what's going on here. We also have from the carte infernale, Leshes, Slavic forest spirits whose physical forms are part goat, part man, so much like a satyr. They may manifest in any size they like, from as tall as trees to small enough to hide in the grass. There's symbolism there, this problem, this issue that you're facing at the moment, this pain that you're not letting go of, can be as big and as small as you make it. Let's see what the book says, because that's not a card I'm familiar with. Here we go. Beware of taking personal campaigns to extremes, alienating potential allies by forcing strong views on others in destructive ways. That's really interesting when we have this, and my camera doesn't want to focus, but we have this card of mental force here. Let's see if it will make the camera focus. And to be honest, I'm quite tempted to say that being out of focus aspect, there we go, is an issue here, because whatever it is that has been lost, whatever it was that was causing you so much anxiety a long, long time ago, you had the strength to push through it, and you got rid of the anxiety. You had victory over all the illusions that were plaguing you. You went and spent some time on your own to plan and to create, to gain clarity and create a whole new beginning, where you turned the reasons for that anxiety around in a way that helped you connect with the entire environment around you. I love this. If you've watched me for any length of time, you know I have an interesting relationship with all the various Eight of Swords cards. And this Eight of Swords from the Dark Grimoire Tarot is everything that you expect it to be. But there, she can't get out. She's totally trapped. But here, it's almost like the reason for the anxiety earlier, the sense of being trapped, has delivered knowledge, as in the swords, information, data, to you, and she is connected in. She has blindfolded because she is getting other sensory input. Other sensory input, which admittedly is being related to her by the chains that bind her. But again, she chose to go into that position, and I feel that there was a noble reason for doing that. So whatever made you feel trapped beforehand suddenly opened up a whole new world for you, because it's like, I hadn't seen it that way. Oh, and there's details that I haven't noticed before. Enabling you to say there's a responsibility here that I can take if I want to take it. Now, I rather think that you did, but you had to be quite strategic about it, and you had to defend yourself with it. So you was nurturing yourself and your own recovery at the same time as researching how to step forward. And I feel that research, that planning has started to blossom now for you with this Empress card. You've been recognized by your peers. You you have yet to find the right gateway to move forward through. But that's, Wheel of Fortune here with the Queen of Cups. That's because you may have seen the responsibility to take, but you haven't quite seen the way how to take it. Okay, that needs doing, and I can see that needs doing, and I want it to be me that does that thing. Now, how am I going to do it? But that information is coming to you now, but there is a point where you're going to have to give up on some old dreams, some old preconceptions to a great extent, because the world is changing around you. Well, where is it not changing around people at the moment? But Wheel of Fortune here is telling me that there is good changes around you. It could be information that comes to you, but beware all of the information that comes to you. You need to test it, fact check it, double check it. But it could be an event, you know, maybe it's suddenly coming into some money when you're wanting to open a business doing this certain thing that you can see needs doing. But the dream itself is going to come into focus, just like my camera did. The details are going to get clearer and clearer and clearer, and you are already, yes, so we have, coming to what's coming up for you now, we have the Chariot clarified by the Chariot. And then the Ace of Wands, which is well known for its surging forward. So there is, once you are setting foot on this path, whoosh, but you have just got to let go of whatever it is that has been causing you this pain. This pain has been brought back up to you for your attention to say, I don't need it anymore. The Boundaries card here is, I mean, it's to do with boundaries between people, yes. But it's also to do with things that you need and things that you don't need. If you take the word people out of the sentence, because this came up in a reading the other day, and I looked it up. Let's, card number 12. Judging what you need and what you don't need allows you to place healthy boundaries. If I finish reading there, that makes so much sense for what we're seeing about how you're feeling at the moment. To be honest, if you're, whatever it is that you're feeling down about and you're being miserable about here, stop being so self-indulgent. You've got work to do. You know, it probably sounds harsh, because I would imagine the first reaction is, yeah, but I'm not. To which I'm tempted to say, but you are. But the act of figuring out how you are is an incredibly liberating experience and helps bring this dream into focus for you and helps you see this path forward for you. Because with the Moonology Oracle we have, it's time to release negativity. Now, did I look up them leshies? I'm sure I did, but I've got so carried away with what I was saying. I'm sure I looked them up. Yeah, taking personal campaigns to extremes, that was it. That puts a spin on what I was just saying about whatever hurt you are holding on to. Don't let that hurt dictate your actions, because that could well be that extreme that the Leshy's card is warning about. So we have the Chariot, and the Ace of Wands, immediately followed here by the Knight of Pentacles. So either suggesting that everything immediately slows down, or I'm rather feeling that you do not quite see the progress that you are making. So for you, it's feeling slow and the rest of the world is moving really fast. But you are being guided here. Your intuition is guiding you. You are being guided to step outside the box, and you're going to end up doing things that, this is in a positive way, I might add. You're going to end up doing things where you'd look back maybe even half an hour later and go, I wouldn't have expected me to do that. I would never have done that apart from. And so take that inspiration when you suddenly have that, oh, must do this. If it's not too violent a campaign, to quote the Leshies, then step forward, go with it. Because the whole point here is doing something different to what you've done before, which will bring great results, and you'll be able to manage the burden that you are taking on. You will be able to happily manage that burden. And it looks to me she's not picking that last staff up, Ten of Wands here. She's putting it down. She's planting them like some form of beacon, or laying out a boundary, defining a space, whether that's a sacred space or a safe space, you know, whether these wands with the jewels on top of them are there as collectors of energy or some form of defensive thing. It doesn't matter. She's declaring an open space, especially when clarified here by Gaia as the Empress. There is, you know, horn of plenty abound. What you do, although it will look like it's slow progress to you, be nice to yourself, you know, because it may look like slow progress for you for where your end goal has matured to be, but look at how far it will take you to get there. You know, so be nice to yourself because you're accomplishing loads here. And feeling a lot better about it as well. So it is the, hang on a minute, whatever this pain is, why am I letting it dictate my behaviour? Why am I even still holding on to it? What's it got to do with me anymore? That which I've lost, I can rebuild. And have that determination to rebuild it. Now, Knave of Chalices. So a mysterious woman rising out of the lake with the cup. But remember, pages can often be messages. So this could be a message of love, especially since it's followed immediately by the Two of Mirrors, Two of Cups. Two swans here. Okay, I don't like doing love readings, but what I'm getting for these, with the King of Swords at the end, Love can come at you from the most unusual of places, and you are a beacon for it to come to you. Mainly because of this, I mean, with this King of Swords, it's almost like he's staring at that sword like it's a holy mission. So, if you get involved in the love thing while being involved in your mission, there will be cause for celebration, but there will be conflicts about it as well. But that will... Okay, it's almost like it's unleashing your dragon power. We've got the Two of Cups there, which is feeling... I'm feeling very, very positive about it. And this Five of Spirals... Yes, it's conflict. Some mental conflict. But it's also... It feels like empowerment. It feels like this dragon that is hurling fireballs down into this particular crevasse is illuminating the way and clearing the way as well. You know, it's like, because that looks like a pretty narrow crevasse in places, and it could do with being a bit wider if you're going to move a group of people through it. Especially since that is followed immediately. Yes, the Magician, Two of Scrolls, and the Moon. Ooh, right. If you keep working with spirit and keep remembering whatever this mission is that you've chosen for yourself, which has got nothing to do with love. Well, let me rephrase that. It's got nothing to do with entering into a one-on-one loving relationship with another being. It is motivated by love, but more agape love. More love for everyone and everything, rather than just love for a specific person. Because there is a bit of a warning here in these cards. That yes, you can come into your own power, but if you let the love thing distract you from your mission, then you will be blind to something that will end up causing upset. That will end up altering the way what you are doing looks. Altering the appearance of what you are doing. Which is something that, since you've struggled here at the moment so hard on working out what it is that you're going to do, it took you long enough. You don't want to be giving those mixed messages out, because you can be summoning all sorts of trouble onto your doorstep, but you have the chance, and people recognize it in you, the strength and the chance to build something solid. Now, you seem to be worried that if you surge ahead with this, you're just going to be stuck on your own, and that you're never quite going to get there. It's always going to be a balancing act. But there is a whole rebirth in this for you. So if this is a love offer and they turn up too soon, they don't want to turn up too soon, because you're in the process of transformation here. So, final outcome. A lot of hard work, 8 of Stones. But manifesting the Magician again with the Queen of Wands. Now, that's a beautiful combination. There is a coming into your own power, but in a coming into your own power for a nurturing, protective role. But when I say protective role, not just protecting yourself, it's guarding a country, guarding a community, guarding a family, guarding a workplace, guarding more than just you. And I believe that you, from what these cards imply, you will end up seeking out a particular set of people to guard, to guide. Because you have something in common with them, with whatever started this anxiety in the first place. So that shape would fit somebody who was let down by their school going into education for excluded children. Somebody who has recovered from an abusive relationship going into, and I don't even want to say victim support, survivor support. Somebody who had been affected by one specific thing that you have been affected with, that gives you the platform to spring forward and go, I've been here, I can help. And that goes as a good thing for you, because this problem, this issue, can be just as big as you make it or just as small as you make it, and you can teach others to do that as well once you've got the hang of it. Okay, Leo, so that's really interesting. I mean, it could be things that are less dramatic than an abusive relationship or school exclusion, but that's the general shape that I'm seeing there. But all in all, that sounds like a really, really good reason. You know, it could be so much as a village that has lost its bus going through it, you know, that goes through twice a day, and therefore you start up a taxi company. Or it could be as dramatic as rescuing loads of children from a situation where they are being taken advantage of. You know, there's a wide spectrum there to work from. Okay, so if this means anything to you, Leo, comment down below. I do try and respond to the comments. YouTube isn't always great at letting me know I've got the comments, so if it's a week later or 2 weeks later, I apologise. I try to do them all same day. Doesn't always happen. I suddenly find that there's a whole trove of them I've not discovered. So your next readings will be the full moons. And then there's going to be more readings coming out over the next month. All right. Enjoy the eclipse. And yeah, good luck, Leo. You've got a lot of work ahead of you. Do yourself proud. Cheers.